Welcome to 2022. Today we reveal our favorite beers of the last year. Not showing it yet. A little tease.
We know Philly's America's best beer drinking city, but can we make it better? How's a drinking car on the Paoli local sound?
Sounds great. From the brother Kershner's Brewing Company on Skipback Pike, Joe Sixpack, Glen Macnow. A new episode of What's Brewing.
What's Brewing is brought to you in part by Macnow Makers, powered by the Valley Forge Tourism Convention Board. Download the app. By Visit Bucks County. Travel the Bucks County Ale Trail. Check in digitally to 5 or more breweries to score a free t-shirt. Get your passport at visitbuckscounty.com. And by the Conshohocken Brewing Company. Visit conchahockenbrewing.com for the latest releases, location hours, menus, and online store.
You don't have to go away to get away. Go and explore. Find the small businesses that make where you live a community. When you dine, choose homemade. On a free weekend, discover the great outdoors. And if it's brewed here, enjoy it with friends. Support small for an experience you won't find anywhere else. Make it local, make it Main Street, make it Motco.
Hey, welcome to What's Brewing. He's Joe Sixpack. I'm Glen Macnow. We're at a great place today. Brothers Kershner Brewing Company, Skipback Pike in Skipback. You've been here a few times, I know, before.
I have. Always happy to go here because they have porter on tap and got a nice one here.
There you go.
Pugsy Robust porter.
That's nice. I'm drinking the Bing Bang Boom IPA, which I always love a good IPA, which brings us to our first topic of the day, which is our favorite beers of 2021. You know I'm an IPA guy. Hazier the better, and most of mine are. I'm going to start with the one that actually isn't. We had this recently. This is the First Love English Brown Ale that we had at McAllister up in, what town? I don't remember what town that was.
That's in North Wales.
Thank you, in North Wales, and it was great. And I love this beer, but I actually even more love, they had a hazelnut brown ale on tap.
Right.
Phenomenal. Loved that beer.
That's a good choice.
One of my favorites.
Really nice. Well, you know what? I'm going to go opposite of you, or you going to brown ale. I'm going to go with an IPA.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah, this is not my favorite. I'm going to reveal my very favorite in a moment. This is Bissell Brothers Substance. It's been around for a little bit. It's now in the Philadelphia area, but I discovered it on a camping trip this summer up to the backwoods of Maine, and really this sustained me in my loneliest days.
You in a sleeping bag.
Right.
Okay, so here's my others that I'm going to give you, and these are IPAs, and I'll give you my three kind of runners up, or really beers that I liked, okay? This is Pulp Daddy. This is out of Massachusetts. Nectar of the Hop Gods, Juicy Hazy New England IPA. That's right up my alley. You know I love that. This is one, I got to get one from Conshohocken Brewing Company. 2-hour delay, winter warmer, out now. You've had this beer on.
I had it last year and I really enjoyed it. It's quite a good beer.
Seasonal IPA, really good, really sticks with you. And this one out of Wyoming of all places. I was in the beer store and they said it's one of the great IPAs out of Wyoming. Who would have thought? Melvin Cloudy 5000.
Okay, nice.
So these are my runners up. You give me your runners up.
I got two more for you or one more for you as a runner up. I want people to really check out the Human Robot Brewing up in Kensington.
Yeah.
This is Niebo, which is their Polish style Pilsner.
Really?
Really nice beer. They're making a lot of really terrific lagers there right now. We reported earlier that they're moving into Jenkintown, but Human Robot is worthy of your attention.
All right, you mentioned your time in Maine. My favorite beer this year comes from Maine. A lot of mine do. Maine Lunch, I love their stuff. Maine Brewing Company. This is the Foundation Brewing Company. This is their Epiphany Hazy New England IPA.
That's a new one.
Yeah, I actually just got this. Somebody gave me a 4-pack of it, about a month or so ago, and I drank 2, and I said I gotta save 1 for Joe Sixpack.
All right, big surprise that it's a hazy one.
I know, you know what I like.
Oh, it's beautiful aroma, really fruity. Oh yeah, I can understand why you like it. It's very easy going down too.
Yeah, it is. It's not as bitter as a lot of them. I love this beer. This is my favorite beer of the year. Thank you, Foundation Brewing Company. What do you got?
All right, so I went with a lager. Big surprise.
No surprise there either.
For my
right.
favorite.
Yeah.
This is Neshaminy Creek. Croydon is burning.
Oh, okay.
It's a great name for a beer.
Yeah.
It is a smoked lager, Rauch beer in the Bamberg style, or Bomberg style. You don't see a whole lot of smoked beers out there. This one is not afraid to be smoky, which is what I really like about a Rauch beer. A beer that's not afraid to show off the smoke, sort of thing you would be enjoying around a barbecue during the summer.
Croydon is burning, isn't it?
This one,
Hello.
gold in the Great American Beer Festival this year. It's been out for a few years. May not be on the shelves right now, but definitely check this one out when you have an opportunity.
Okay, I don't love it. I like it. I admire it. I mean, it's like I respect it. I don't think I could drink a lot of it. It'd go well with like a ham sandwich.
Or a pack of Marlboros, maybe.
Well, that I'm not drinking. All right, so that's good. So here's the thing. They came up with the favorite beers of the year. This is from Beer Advocate, okay?
Right.
And here you go. Pennsylvania Bullfrog Beer out of Williamsport makes Leroy Gers Lambic beer. Okay, fine. New Jersey, Cane, I like Cane. Sunday Brunch, I lost it, Porter.
These are the top-rated beers in each of these states.
Yeah. Top-rated beer out of New Jersey, out of Delaware, excuse me, no surprise. Dogfish Head Worldwide Stout, okay? By the way, Dogfish Head has the top 16 spots.
Yeah.
I don't even know who else brews in Delaware.
Yeah, there's a few.
Anyway, these are our favorite beers of the year. We look forward to drinking more beers with you. We're going to have more beers. What? Oh, that, you're holding it up. Yeah. There you go. We're going to enjoy some of these fine Brothers Kershner beers as well, because that's where we are doing the show today. In Skipback, when we come back, how do we make Philly a better beer town? We'll give you some ideas next on What's Brewing.
When you can actually see the craftsmanship that went into making something, you're transported back to a simpler time.
There's nothing quite like the feeling of freedom that you get riding in the open cockpit of a biplane.
Like the many Pennsylvania plein air artists who came before me, I found inspiration for my art in the hills and the valleys of Bucks County. Bucks County is my home.
Bucks County is my home.
And Bucks County is my home. Visit Bucks County, where home feels like a getaway.
Welcome back to What's Brewing along with Joe Sixpack. I'm Glen Macnow with the Brothers Kershner Brewing Company in Skipback, part of the great Monco Makers Consortium. We've been to a lot of Monco breweries. The good news is more still to come.
Yes, absolutely. Montgomery County is really happening, and Skipback is a great place. People should come here. You can spend a whole afternoon here checking out stores and, of course, this wonderful brewery.
Didn't you once live kind of around this hood?
Not too far from here, back before it was cool.
All right. Coincidence? Yeah. I don't think so. I'm drinking Johann, which is their German Pilsner. It's kind of their flagship beer here.
This one, let's try it. Belgian Exit. It's a Belgian Pale Ale.
This is very nice, very nice. All right, so we we agree that Philadelphia is a great beer town, a great beer area all around into New Jersey, into Delaware, the whole metropolitan area. But we wanted to kind of talk about what would make it better, and you have a few ideas of your own.
Right, I wrote a column about 6 or 7 years ago about this, about what could make Philly an even better place. Most of my ideas didn't come to fruition, so we're going to give it another stab here.
Good.
I said it at the top of the show, a drinking car on SEPTA rail lines, okay? There's an air of sophistication that it would lend, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right. If I get on SEPTA at like 15th and Market and go to Havertown. It's about 25 minutes, including the transfer at 69th Street. Could I get a beer or two in that time?
Sure, you could.
Okay.
Actually, some people do it, but it's usually in a brown paper bag. I think so.
All right, that's a good one. Give me one more.
All right, one more. I think this is a serious one. Let's enact a beer or an honest pour law in which beer glasses would have markings on it so you know how much beer you're getting in your glass. I've been to many bars that have poured me, you know, a pint of beer, a so-called pint of beer that's really about 12 ounces.
Yeah, I hear you. We did something on this once, and in fact, you're right. So we put it out on social media and asked people what they thought, and we got some great answers I want to read to you. This one's right up your alley. A guy who goes by the Mayor on Twitter, establishing a minors curfew for all breweries. Everybody's welcome until 7 p.m. when kiddies under 21 need to go home and let the grown-ups enjoy a peaceful beer moment.
Amen.
Yeah.
Bars are big people places.
Yeah, I know.
But at least at night they should be, and certainly the bar itself.
I get it. Well, yes, yes. You don't want kids on the bar stools. I get that. Private Gripweed. Love his name. We need a signature beer. I love this idea. We need a signature beer. There is a New England IPA. There is a West Coast IPA. There is a Boston Lager, right? California Common. We need a Philly style.
Well, I would say a porter, because there used to be a Philadelphia porter. It was known worldwide. George Washington championed Philadelphia porter way back when. And I'm so happy to see here at Brothers Kershner that they're pouring not one, not two, but three different porters today. So that's a style that begs out. I know there's other styles out there. I would be happy with almost anyone that would become Philadelphia, but Philadelphia porter.
So that would really be in the marketing, right? If all of the breweries get together and say, we're all going to make good porters, let's make it our thing, a Philadelphia porter, this could happen. I would love that. Yeah. All right, Matthew Ongst says, this guy's great. Uniquely themed bars, from drinks to decor to architecture. Not just your run-of-the-mill Irish pub. How about a Beatles bar? How about a Navajo bar? How about a Monarch Butterfly bar?
All right.
An under the sea bar, an Icelandic. I would love to go to an Icelandic bar. I'm in.
I think that that's a great idea. I think it's short-lived. There was an apocalyptic bar in Philadelphia at one point that fell apart. You know, it's a fun idea.
Okay. Joseph glanced at a place where former athletes like Sam Malone serve a beer. I would love that.
That would be cool.
Can I tell you my goal? Not that I'm Sam Malone, but when I retire from all of it, I want to work at one of the Conchi places just like 1 or 2 nights a week and just pour beer. I would love to. You ever work as a bartender?
No, never.
You, of all people?
How are your knees, Glenn?
Not good. that would be a problem. Mark McSpidey says, I don't think this is a problem, but I'll go to you. Mandatory rotating local beer taps, too many Goose Island tap handles around here. Bars shouldn't only buy what their Budweiser rep tells them to buy.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, I don't mind out-of-town beers, but do we need another Anheuser-Busch product on the shelves? You know, some of them are good, but we don't need that many of them.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, good suggestions all, I think, and good stuff. And if you want to go drink on the Septiccar, I'll cover
Thank
for
you.
That's no problem.
Choo-choo.
There you go. Coming up, beer from outer space. Yes, it happened. We'll tell you all about it. Joe Sixpack and Glen Macnow. We're at the Brothers Kershner Brewing Company in Schmidt for What's Brewing. Glen Macnow here with Andrew Colligan from Conshohocken Brewing Company. Let's run down the new lineup of exciting beers, starting with Type A.
Our #1 selling beer, big citrus hop notes and nice dry finish, the quintessential American IPA.
Ring the Bell Pilsner.
And that's our fastest growing brand. It's a smooth, easy drinking Pilsner to enjoy during a game.
Life Coach.
Hazy, 100% Citra Hop Session IPA, the perfect beer for all day at the golf course or the pool.
Puddler's Row ESP.
That's our malty, roasty English pub ale, 2 silver medals at the World Beer Cup. Maybe the best English ale in the country.
MC5, my favorite.
Double dry hopped IPA, it's all the juicy goodness you want in a hazy IPA.
Philly Vice.
It's our rotating series of fruited sours, light and easy drinking.
Mr. Robusto.
Dark, chocolatey porter, perfect dark beer for a cold winter's night.
All exciting beers, enjoy them all and a whole lot more at Conshohocken Brewing Company's 5 PA locations and wherever fine beer is sold.
Cheers.
Welcome back to What's Brewing. We're at the Brother Kershner's Brewing Company in Schmidt, part of Montco Makers, which we're happy to be involved with. And Our scavenger hunt has been going great. People are getting involved. We have, I think, 160 people are, sent us stuff along the way.
And not too late to get into it. You can still join up. You can get our information on Facebook at What's Brewing PA, and we'll tell you what you need to be sending us.
Right. And if you follow me on Twitter at Real Glen Macnow, you'll see the same thing. He is on social media at beer_radar. The show, of course, is at What's Brewing. We're putting up one of our previous ones, which was one of my favorites, which is a picture of you and a beer and an animal. And we got people with their puppies and cats. And my favorite was the guy, he said, "This is all I got," and held a hermit crab in his hand and a beer in the other hand.
Hey, hermit crab is legit.
Sounds like dinner, crabs and beer.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think that beer's
Don't tell the kids.
All right, so this week, here's what we have, and it should be pretty simple. We want you to show us a beer-themed bottle opener. So I brought just a couple. This is my one from Trogs, which is a really nice shape, but I've learned it's not all that easy to operate.
Not completely functional.
No,
yeah.
Speaking of not completely functional, this was in my parents' house when I was a kid. Remember we did at Von C, the people related to Schmidt's? This is a Schmidt's bottle opener. I think this thing's from the 1960s.
It looks like it was pulled from an archaeological dig
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, and kind of small, but it works. Okay, what are yours?
All right,
What
this
the hell's
is
that?
actually a bottle opener. It's one of my favorites because it does not damage the bottle cap. If you want to save bottle caps, it's pretty cool. It's from I'll never pronounce this right, but it's from a Polish brewery called Ziwiek. Maybe? We'll see.
I'm not going to argue it.
I'll show you that this works a little bit later on.
Very cool. All right, so send us that. As Joe Sixpack said, you can catch up on the previous ones. We've had a lot of fun. People with a beer mustache and beer t-shirts and beer festival glasses. And in the end, somebody is going to go out drinking with us for a night or two. Okay, let's get some stories in here. Beer from outer space? What the heck have you got there?
I got to bring one out for you here, Glenn. I went to no ends to get this beer. This is from Sam Adams. This is Sam Adams Spacecraft IPA. Yeah. Good name for a beer because it did actually, at least part of it, go into space. The hops, you had 66 pounds of Citra and Mosaic hops that went into one of the all-civilian space missions.
Right.
And they sent it around, I think it was for a couple days around
It was
in orbit.
for 2 days, 23 hours, and 3 minutes, which is why they charge you $22.33 for a 4-pack.
Oh, man.
For a 4-pack. All right, so how is it? It's perfectly average.
Tastes like every other IPA.
Yes. So, I mean, obviously, the gimmick is, the hops went to outer space. I noticed no distinct difference in how it would taste.
Maybe
from
not.
Any
It's
other
a
Sam
step
Adams
in the great history of civilization. We're going to reach out there. The other thing that came to mind for me was that great movie, The Martian, with is it Matt Damon and him growing potatoes out of manure.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, all right, so maybe one of these days they're going to be growing hops.
Oh, great. Well, now I don't like it even more.
Well, it's a good
anyway,
idea.
It's a fine IPA. It's a gimmick, and that's, listen, whatever. We all do gimmicks. Speaking of gimmicks, actually, this one I like. In Milwaukee, there's a brewery called Black Husky, and they asked the city of Milwaukee at the end of the season to give them their Christmas tree, right? Like Philadelphia, the huge tree in front of City Hall. And they took the Christmas tree, which was a spruce, and they took all the leaves and branches, and they made a beer called Tree Spruce, 9.9 ABV.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty powerful. And kind of repackaged the Christmas tree, recycled the Christmas tree into a beer they made. And by the way, all the money went to charities to support parks around the city. I love this whole story.
It's a good idea, and spruce is not an unheard of ingredient in some beers, especially around the holidays.
Right, we've had it.
Right, Yards has made famously their Poor Richard's Ale, and you know, hops are not that much. You know, it's another plant, but hops are a little bit more versatile, I think, than spruce tips.
Maybe, but that spruce beer that we had, the one at Yards, was really different. It was unique. The thing about it is one was enough. Right? I liked it, and then okay, one was enough.
Yeah, that's true. The other problem with these Christmas tree beers is the tinsel. It's really tough to get it out of your teeth.
Yeah, they use it as floss. All right, coming up, we're going to talk to the Brothers Kershner. Amazing. They got a place called Brothers Kershner. That's the brew we're at in Skippack, part of the Monco Makers. Joe Sixpack, Glen Macnow on What's Brewing. Welcome back. He's Joe Sixpack. I'm Glen Macnow with the Brother Kershner's Brewing Company in Skippack. I am enjoying a fireside chocolate chili porter. How's that sound?
It sounds wonderful, and this beer is really good. This is the Hilltop Noel. It's spiced holiday beer, so really nice.
See. All right, we are joined by brothers Kevin and Basil Kershner, who started this place. Which, listen, we've enjoyed the beer. Basil, you're the brewer behind all this magnificence. Is that right?
This is true. Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Well, it's great. I know you wanted to do the origin stories here.
I
right?
do. I like that. I like to know how brewers got into the business. And before, I was told that this Victory Hop Devil played an important role in how they got into brewing. I wanted to show you in proof that this
Czechoslovakian bottle opener.
That baby thing does work perfectly.
Okay, there you go.
But yes, the Hop Devil from Victory was a signature beer, or rather an important beer to these guys.
Thank you.
Basil, why was this beer an important one for you? How did it help you get into brewing?
So when I first got into craft beers, it was back when Victory first opened in Downingtown. We're Downingtown natives, so Victory opened, I think, in '96 or so.
96, you're right.
And I enjoyed all kinds of different beers, and coming out of college and whatnot, there was certain macro beers that you indulge in. And coming back home during the break, we would visit Victory Brewing when they first opened, and this was the first beer that I realized, oh, there's something else out there.
There's more than just
There's something different out there. This is way more flavorful, way more hoppy, very hop forward for the time.
When I first tasted this beer, I thought it really pushed everything to the max. I couldn't believe that a beer could be this hoppy rather. Today, it's not so much. Kevin, what do you think of this beer these days? I mean, and how has IPA evolved in your mind?
My opinion, honestly, to your point, it went from this, to me, is how I remember an IPA. The first IPA I had was Bell's Two Heart, very similar in nature. Big flavor.
Still good, yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Very rounded. And from there, I think it's gone from the basic to how hoppy can we make it? What bigger flavors can we infuse into the already good foundation of an IPA? So that's kind of where I see it.
So let's talk about you guys, because you do IPAs, you do good IPAs, but as Joe Sixpack said earlier, you got a lot of porters on up there on the menu. You got a lot of things going here. Let's talk about the versatility. Is there something, Basil, that you take particular pride in, that of all these styles, this is the one that you enjoy the most?
Currently, I really love Johann. It's our German-style Pilsner, but with most of our, we call it the left side board, we try to introduce true-to-style beers. We try to introduce people to, all right, here is a Belgian Pale Ale, here is a Pilsner, here is a Porter, and then we expand on those styles with other variations or, a rotating hoppy beer.
And just to follow up, so you don't have everybody walk through the door and say, where's your Hazy IPA? Which you have, but you find that people will enjoy all of them.
Yeah, it's kind of almost a learning experience. I think we want to kind of put the beers out there to get people into craft and just kind of experience what the beer is at the heart of it, and then from there we'll push the boundaries slightly with other styles and other variants of those introductory beers, if you will.
And Kevin, what kind of people are coming in here to drink beer? I mean, Skippack is a really good little tourist area, great place to do shopping on an afternoon. You're beer centric. You're not about the food here. I know you can order in food, but people who come here, they're here for the beer.
Yep, here for the beer and the experience. The time that it is, the vibe that you get. It's kind of the whole kit and caboodle. So for us, the beer is a foundation. That's number one, which Baz makes a quality product, right? Well, obviously, we think so. We're biased, but I agree to it. From there, it's, okay, how do we attach this now to what appeals to folks. Good feeling when you come in. It's a good vibe. You feel homey. You feel like you want to hang out for a little while. So we try and take it from here. Not only is it the experience of the beer, but the space that you're in, which adds to it. As far as folks, it's folks that are looking for that. They're looking for more of that. They're looking for a spot to unwind from the week, the month, the day, whatever it may be, at a spot that they know they're going to get consistent beers, a little bit of everything, style-wise, and then the space itself where they can kick back.
All right, so let's make sure they can get here, tell people exactly where you are, when you're open. Let's get them in the doors.
Yeah, 4119 Skipback Pike's our address, right on the corner of 73 and 113 in Skipback. We are open Tuesday to Sunday. Our week hours are 4 to 10 p.m., and then on the weekends we're open from 12 p.m. pretty much on.
All right, and I know that I found the place because you got that big trailer out front that's got your name on it, and that trailer travels. Will you tell me about that?
It does. That was a little custom side passion project our other brother Dan and I have been working on. Long story short, it's a full service bar. It folds out that you can actually get up onto it. There's a horseshoe bar in the center. It features 6 different draft taps on board. So yeah, you can rent it for events, private events, corporate events. We're looking to have that thing on the road as much as possible.
So this thing is like on a trailer, you could just drive down the turnpike with it or something?
That would be interesting. You could try. Yeah.
That's my idea.
Anyway, listen, we've really enjoyed our time here. You guys make a quality product. It's a fun place, and we've really enjoyed being here. We will next week be in Pottstown, I think, for What's Brewing, and we've enjoyed our time here in Skipback, Montgomery County, man. It's where it's at, with Joe Sixpack and the brothers Kershner. I'm Glen Macnow. Thank you for watching What's Brewing.
What's Brewing is brought to you in part by Macnow Makers, powered by the Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board. Download the app. By Visit Bucks County. Travel the Bucks County Ale Trail. Check in digitally to 5 or more breweries to score a free t-shirt. Get your passport at visitbuckscounty.com. And by the Conshohocken Brewing Company. Visit conshohockenbrewing.com for the latest releases, location hours, menus, and online store.